Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Myanmar's military has seized power and has declared a state of emergency for 1 year after detaining civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi and other senior members of her governing party. The coup has come after a landslide win by Ms Suu Kyi's party in the November's parliamentary elections. The military has contested the result, citing huge irregularities. A video broadcast on military-owned television has said that the power has been handed to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Senior General Min Aung Hlaing. The army-backed opposition has said that it will use its emergency powers to organise a new vote. Myanmar, also known as Burma, has been ruled by the armed forces until 2011, when democratic reforms by Ms Suu Kyi had put an end to military rule. The United Kingdom has announced it will formally apply to join the Trans-Pacific trading bloc of 11 countries.
So this is a big opportunity for us.
The government has said the partnership will remove tariffs on 95% of goods traded between members. Solely in 2019, the UK's trade with the partnership was worth £111 billion, with Japan accounting for nearly 1/4.
Free trade has been given a bad name.
International Trade Secretary Liz Truss is set to speak to officials in Japan and New Zealand to formally make the request. The negotiations will be set to start later this year. Prince Harry has accepted an apology and substantial damages from the Mail on Sunday and Mail Online's publisher from last year's lawsuit. The Duke of Sussex has sued Associated Newspapers after an article published in October claimed that he had snubbed the Royal Marines after stepping down as a senior royal. It has not been confirmed how much he has been awarded in damages. However, Prince Harry will be donating the money to the Invictus Games Foundation, which runs the competition for wounded and injured servicemen and women. The European Union has said that AstraZeneca will now supply an additional 9 million COVID vaccine doses by March.
It's time to deliver.
EU President Ursula von der Leyen has said it is a step forward. However, the 40 million doses will be only half of the contracted supplies. The move by the drug manufacturer has come after the EU announced export controls on coronavirus vaccines made inside the bloc to try to protect its supplies. AstraZeneca has previously said that production problems at its Dutch and Belgian plants could mean a 60% cut in supplies to the end of March. At least 12 people have been killed and 29 wounded in 2 car bomb blasts in northwestern Syria. The explosions took place in the town of Azaz and another village 30 miles away. Both areas are held by Syrian rebel fighters allied with Turkey. The Syrian civil defense has responded to 11 explosions in the country's northwest since the start of January. Turkish Defense Ministry has blamed the attack on the Syrian Kurdish YPG militia. There has been no immediate comment from the YPG yet. Russia's capital Moscow is under lockdown after wide protests during the weekend saw large crowds clashing with police. Russian police has imposed a sweeping security lockdown in a massive show of force, sealing off streets and walkways near the Kremlin, closing metro stations and deploying hundreds of riot police. After over 5,000 protesters demanding the release of jailed government critic Alexei Navalny had been detained over the weekend. Protesters chanting "Putin is a killer" and "Navalny is a hero" braved negative-degree temperatures and snowfall while marching towards the prison where Navalny is detained in northern Moscow. And finally, after months, the Vatican museums and the Colosseum have reopened their doors to the public once again after Italy's government eased coronavirus restrictions. Most of Italy has become a yellow zone, which means that museums are allowed to be open, but must follow strict government protocols, including closing at weekends. Colosseum workers have said that they were emotional as they reopened ahead of a concert symbolising hope at lunchtime. To limit numbers, visitors to the Vatican museums and the Colosseum will have to pre-book online and have their temperatures checked before entering, as well as wearing masks and follow social distancing protocols. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.